Growing up skinny and bone, I was told to watch my So, I mean, most people know me as like a musical theater actor, television movies person. And my sort of dream ever since I was a little kid was to be a rock star. And so, during COVID, when everybody was sitting at home trying to figure out what to do with their lives, my friend Michael and I decided to start writing music and doing the thing that we always said we were going to do, but never had the actual guts to do in real life. And we started a band and called Age of Madness. And so we're playing our first gig in London, which we're very excited about. We gave a little taste to the audiences at Drury Lane back in August when I did a show, or maybe it was July or August. I can't remember what's time. So we're really excited to come out there and debut a bunch of songs that we've only ever played at once. This is our second gig, so we're kind of skipping a few steps, but trying to make the most of it. And he lives in London for a lot of the time, and so we figured we might as well do a show out here. And I just love London audiences, and the music I think is really great. It's sort of something that comes out of a combination of both of our brains, of sort of what we grew up with, which is kind of that 90s, early 2000s rock and roll guitar heavy sound, but mixed in with we have a violin instead of a second guitar, and so we have those classical elements mixed in as well. And I kind of bring a little bit more of a singer-songwriter sensibility to the music, which is sort of rock and roll based. And so every song is really story driven, and which I can't not be a storyteller. I'm not going to do like one of those songs. It's just like the same lyric over and over and over again. We're just trying to sing about things that we love and things that we know, and living out our best lives.
You mentioned there about skipping a few steps when it comes to performing, but obviously you are no stranger of being on stage. How do you find the difference between performing with a band and performing, on stage as an actor?
I am still figuring that out. Like I said, this is going to be like our first show in London, but our second show as a full band. And when we did our first show back in New York, I was like fully confident that I knew what I was doing. I was like, I've done concerts and cabarets for huge audiences. I got this. And then I went on the stage and like had like a few mini panic attacks because it was just a completely different vibe. Usually when I do my concerts and my shows, I might pepper in one or two songs that I have written, but the majority of it is stuff that other people have written. I don't have that sort of like pressure to do something good that's all from me. Like I'm bringing my interpretation of it to it, but at the end of the day, somebody else wrote the song, and it's usually a proven commodity, a popular song, or something that I'm known for that I know people are going to love. And I just don't know at this, when you're in these early stages of being a band, as opposed to, being a successful actor that have done all these successful parts and roles that people have grown to love. And so, it was really scary and nerve-wracking, but also really thrilling, and sort of unlocked a whole other side of me that I knew was there, but I was always too afraid to kind of portray, which is, the fully creative side, something that I've created from the ground up, with the band as well, but like something that is completely personal and so much more vulnerable than anything I've ever felt on stage, whether it be as an actor or as a cabaret performer or anything, or on screen. It's definitely the most vulnerable I've ever felt, and it's scary, but I think it is really exciting at the same time.
was a little bit of the video for My First Enemy. Can you tell me a bit more about that song?
Yeah, okay, so My First Enemy was our first song that we released, and it's very much that sort of throwback feel to some of the bands that inspired us growing up. It's got a little bit of like a little bit of Incubus, a little bit of, you know, System of Down. Like my voice doesn't sound like anything like that, but and then it also brings a little bit of a emo vibe, which I grew up loving. But the song itself is about, it's semi-autobiographical, but it's sort of told through a fictional character of this kid named Slim who grew up having to uh, watch his parents not get along very well, and how he tried to escape it, but never really could, and how that shaped him growing up and sort of hardened him, and and how he decides to move forward with that as an adult.